Got Golden Guardians and
Wait,
Game in the morning.
You guys are staying up
the fuck, to be honest.
You guys are staying up the entire time for MSI.
Well, either I'm gonna stay up, which is very difficult for me to do. So you know,
that's not happening.
Get your jokes out of the way. So I'm probably most likely gonna take a nap and then start an alarm for the start of MSI because I want to see R7, even if they are going to get massively clapped by BLG. Because
Oh my god, that's gonna be the clapping.
that is going to be the clapping. However, if there is a world where R7 gets one game, I want to be there for that.
Woo!
Honestly, that's fair.
Yeah.
Is DFM playing tomorrow? Or they play last night? Or
They-
We got
they
the
played
order
this
right.
morning.
who'd they play?
PSG.
Oh,
Hey,
there's
I don't want to say.
Do you want to know the result?
DFM might have won that one. I'd say like 30%.
DFM was close to winning the second
Okay,
game.
okay.
That's all I'll say.
I've been touting around a little bit. One of the Twitter accounts that I trust and I think is really good is Molecule, and
Oh, I've heard of that.
Molecule's been kind of high in PCS. And then I talked with Forrest and he went over the VODs, and I saw some PCS games. And I was like, yeah, I haven't seen DFM play, but I actually think the PCS team is pretty good. Like
DFM is the weakest representative Japan has had.
This version of DFM.
This version of DFM is
No Evie.
the weakest version of an international team that
Yeah.
Japan has produced.
Gang.
So
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There-
about gang.
Yeah, now-
there
it's hard.
there is one game that's gonna break your heart a bit. There was a close game.
Mine? Or,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Well, yeah,
DFM threw a game
It
today.
was the second game.
Yeah, they
That's
threw
why I
it
was like,
pretty good.
yeah, they could have won game two, but
The affiliate split was pretty lit though. What's that marksman's name?
Udapone.
Udapone?
No. The PSG affiliates, their marksman game two.
Oh,
there was a big
Wako.
play. Yeah, Waka. Thank you, Waka. Yeah.
He's a long
I wanted to say Waka. I had Waka Flocka on my mind. You know?
Taco.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, well, so
Thank you, Jesse.
You know, fun thing is that when I first started casting, or starting getting into casting, I think you two know this. I started an unofficial LMS broadcast with a friend of mine from high school named Sam Shih. He went by the chairman.
The chairman.
And we would like do an English broadcast of the Garena LMS stream and just broadcast it on Twitch. And I thought it was Waco. I didn't realize it was Waco, or at least that's what the broadcast is saying is correct.
Like Texas?
Huh?
Waco?
No, the player.
No, the players.
It was a bad joke.
And with bad jokes aside, welcome everyone. It is episode 10 of Raising NA, the podcast
Can
where...
you do the introduction in Spanish?
Bienvenidos al episodio número 10. Es el podcast Raising NA, Elevando Norteamérica, donde hablamos sobre historias de League of Legends.
Before the podcast, we're talking about some historical League of Legends.
Yeah, okay.
When we started.
We asked
Spanish
the
4.
question. We asked the question, who is the worst player to have won a world championship?
Oh, also, I just want to say that this podcast, we're bouncing around today.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. We're just kind of.
We have a lot to catch up on.
We do have a lot to catch up on.
That is a way to phrase it.
That's like Manny's version of saying we had no topics. They gave me nothing to look at. We have nothing fun planned. We're
Also,
Yeah, in
we're-
theory, I'm supposed to be eating a pepper today, but I don't know if that's happening.
I mean,
I think we all forgot about it.
Yeah,
well, I have like hot sauce.
it's
Cubby production
You
is
gotta
not
do
good,
better
guys.
than that, Mark.
Okay.
Unless it's like really hot.
I mean,
Just starting that way is like, no, it's not enough.
all right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go to the store and like buy like a
Yeah, well,
habanero.
I've eaten habaneros before.
Like
Hey,
raw
what-
dog it.
I guess I've never.
What
raw
what kind of hot
habaneros.
sauce?
I mean, well, we have
Sriracha. We have Tabasco.
No, it's gotta be hotter than that. I have ají amarillo. If you just like eat the paste, or you could eat the gochujang straight up.
Gochujang is not that spicy.
Sure, that's fair.
I don't know what the other
We
kind
would have
is.
to get gochujang powder, and then just like
I've never tried that.
it's insanely.
Okay.
All right.
Have you ever watched like videos of people just like kind of like out of it? I've heard that if you get spicy enough, the pain is so intense that it's almost like a cathartic experience.
It's numbing.
Yeah. Where you just sit there and you're just like, oh my God, this is awful for like 10 seconds. And after that, you're just like, I don't feel anything anymore. This is bliss.
Too bad Raz isn't in the chat.
Yeah, he would just lick it.
My man was fighting for his life on LCS.
You know what? That's a great segue because everyone, if you're not following Raz on his Instagram, I guess it's not on his Instagram story. Go follow Kitty on Instagram so then you can see in her story where she tagged Raz of this motherfucker not eating his burger. You can't see this. Maybe in the two shot.
There's a hamburger.
Hey, send the tweet to my Discord.
See this? Okay.
It's not a tweet, it's an Instagram story.
Well,
Send it to my Discord.
I have a photo, so I'll send it to the Discord, your Discord chat. But this guy never eats his food. He'll order all this food, and then he'll take like a bite and be like, I'll eat it later.
Hey, Mark, how much rice did we throw away?
Oh, we're just going right for the jugular now, are we? Right for the neck.
All right, we're going to do this in the most
This is where he's supposed to ask which time.
scuffed way.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
All right, so hang on. Before we blast you, Mark, we're going to put Raz on blast here. Yeah, we're just going to let that ring out.
Yeah, we're gonna let him stew.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, I told Raz afterwards, like, I guess at that point you just like should lick it if you're just trying to get the flavor, and he was like, yeah, you're right, I should. So, at that point at least you're getting the taste of it. You can lick up all the sauce. But we also had a plumbing disaster recently. Thank you, Mad Magical, for the subscription 12 months consecutively. I was talking about inviting you today, and then I don't remember what happened. But
We decided to talk about nothing.
yeah.
I think off-season is the best time for Mad Magical.
It is off season.
It is
know.
off season.
We got to get him in here.
But
We're talking about historical league today, Mad Magical. Well, probably. So we were talking about
Yeah, maybe.
beforehand. Anyway, before we talk about that, we're going to talk about our other favorite topic on the podcast, which is plumbing disasters and roasting our friends.
Is this most LA thing of the week?
No, sure.
Anyway,
Anyway, Josh, continue.
Well, I lost the lower third for it. It's just
I
gone.
probably am not the one who's supposed to tell this story
Okay.
because I was like,
Okay.
I had the flu at the time. So
All right, so
in my room.
for background on this story, just to give you guys like kind of where we're at with this, I went on a Hotline League last Monday. Thank you, Travis, and for having me and Mark.
After Cubby went and participated in a Magic the Gathering draft. That's all it took to get on Hotline League.
Okay.
That's your secret, y'all. Ask Travis. You can get into the next Magic the Gathering, and you can be a guest on Hotline League.
What did you do to get on Hotline League?
I posted a Reddit AMA.
And became an LCS caster. That is way cooler.
True.
Anyway, sometimes when the guest list dwindles, you get lucky. That's all I'll say. I was low on that. I literally responded with like, "So who dropped out?" I'm in. That was my response to Travis. But yeah. So when Mark went on Hotline League, he talked about how I rip ass in the place with Chipotle. And Mark was like, you know what? In return, Cubby, you can get revenge on me. Mm-hmm. This is by no means my way of getting revenge. But I will say that Mark was like, "Hey, man,
He didn't go for it on Hotline League.
I didn't have the opportunity to, because I wasn't just going to be like, hey guys, so like I know this is the intro for like the show that I'm really not supposed to be on, but I'm here. I'm going to take this over to be like, remember when you had that LCS caster Raafaa on? He said I farted all over the house. Here's my revenge." Which honestly, they probably would have loved as an intro and it would have banged, but I didn't do that.
It would have banged.
I was hoping that they were going to ask me, okay? I was going to let them have their moment.
They were on their movie. What were they talking about?
Is it Brandon Sanderson? It's usually what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, you were like, yeah, so I was going through the VOD and seeing if you're going to bring up the Sing story. So that's like kind of like the barometer of like where we're at with this story. I felt, okay, do you want to start it? Because I'm going to have most of
Again,
this.
I had the flu. Like I came out afterwards. I saw you with like a plunger.
That's right. So this is like when we got back from, it's when Mark got back from North Carolina, which was a bonus week.
Yes.
Because you spent time with family, which you said was nice. And
I was
happy
gone.
for
I
you.
was practically gone for two-ish weeks. So
Yeah.
I was not at the house, and before I
Fuck,
left,
the story's funny.
before I left for LCS Finals in Raleigh, I had made aguadito de pollo, which was like a Peruvian stew.
Can I just appreciate how much Mark's accent changes whenever he says anything in Spanish?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty funny.
Thank you.
I do the same thing. Not when I speak Spanish, though.
Abuelito pollo, and in order to do that, I had to make like a large pot of rice. And my plan was I was gonna like just eat that for leftovers throughout.
Mark
the
does
week.
not eat leftovers.
Mark is terrible at eating leftovers, and I'm bad at eating leftovers.
I eat their
no,
leftovers
no,
half the time.
I'm better than Cubby. I will say that.
Okay.
Because
I don't have a lot of leftovers though when I cook.
well,
yeah.
Well, okay.
I cook things that can stick
when
around.
when I cook things, I guess I have this mentality of like, hey, it's here for anyone to have, and then Josh usually gets to it after like a few days, but Matt just never eats any of the stuff.
I
So-
kind of like. I'm like, if it's like your food, it's your food. Like I'll ask, like run it by you, and then I usually add food.
Okay,
I like my.
I guess what I want to establish a precedent. When I was about to leave for Raleigh, I should have said something.
Yeah.
I should have said, hey, by the way, this food is up for grabs. Eat whatever you see in the fridge. You like if you don't want to eat this, that's fine, but you should, if you can, prioritize it because it's gonna go bad.
Yeah, you weren't in the talking mood that day. Yeah. I walked in and he's just like, I'm cooking, man. It's like, good for you, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, God, anyway.
You guys didn't hear it, but I just like hit the drum fill on the soundboard like 5 times in a row.
Nice.
Oh man.
Manny's using the tools. Anyway, I made this food and I had all the stuff that was leftovers and I couldn't consume it before I went to Raleigh. So then I forgot about it. And when I came back, I looked in the fridge and I was like, oh shit.
Couldn't.
For context, the bowl of rice was like probably like that big around, like close to a foot, and probably like close to a foot tall.
We're not getting you out of this because like the whole like I didn't consume it. There was like 3/4 of the what you cooked left.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even look.
There's
You were
like-
gonna leave for 2 weeks, and you're just like, I'm just making a whole fuck ton of food.
Well, okay, but I made it at the beginning of the week before I left, and my
That doesn't make it better.
You made it
Okay.
on Wednesday, dude. It was like Tuesday or Wednesday. You were
no.
leaving on
I made
Thursday.
it Monday.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I made it Monday, and I was leaving
did.
Thursday morning. So I was like, okay, I'll have some Tuesday and I'll have some Wednesday. But then
He
I-
didn't.
No, yeah, we didn't because I don't remember if we went out on Tuesday. I know I did go out for like lunch and then came back and hung out, and then we just had other stuff that wasn't the food. Anyway, the point being, trying to get to the end of the story, I was like, fuck,
This is getting
there's
long.
all this leftover shit that now I have to dispose of. I knew that the aguadita de pollo, there's no way, like I had to just throw that in the trash. But the rice, I was like, well, I can't get it out because it's sticking in the bowl. So I poured water in it so I could like try to flush it out. And then a clump, like it overflowed, and then the clump like fell into the disposal. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's not bad. The disposal can like tear through it, you know, like it's all water. And then
I didn't know about this part. I did not know about this part.
And so, like, thankfully, it wasn't like the entire rice pot, but it was a solid clump of rice. And I just turned on the disposal, and I hear, I'm like, huh? Doesn't sound like it's moving. That's weird. All right, well, I'll take this out, and I tried to run water through it. Like you can hear that the blade is trying,
Struggling.
It is struggling, and then finally, after some time, you just hear, like it's the rumbling of the motor, but not the blades turning. I'm like, oh no, what have I done? Oh no! And so I tried, and so that's when I texted Matt and Josh. I was like, hey guys.
No, it wasn't a text. It was like walked in the room, and you're just like, hey man.
Well, I texted Josh. I texted both of you guys, but you didn't say anything. So I just like, hey, Matt.
For what it's worth, I was like,
yeah, Josh had the flu.
Yeah, I had a flu.
You were
Like,
not
I was
well.
super feverish.
It
for
was
days.
funny because I guess neither of you saw the text message. So that's why I went to Matt's room.
I don't want to say it
And-
was like the first day like you were on the come up, but
I remember I was
might have been
getting
the first day
slightly
you were on the
better
come
because
up.
I
Yeah.
do remember like coming out, and again I
It's
saw
like,
you
what
just
the
like
fuck. Yeah.
at the sink.
Yeah.
Luckily, I couldn't smell anything, but I heard it was not good.
Oh,
Oh well. Anyway. So this is where I come in. Mark knocks on my door. I'm still asleep, and he's like, "Hey man, let's clean up my food that I left." It's like, clog the sink.
I fucked up.
And like during the week too, I was like, "Hey mom, you're gonna get a kick out of this." Like, Mark left for a week and a half and left a shit ton of food in the fridge. Like, you would jump off a cliff if I did this to you. And so then my mom's like, "What the hell happened?" I was like, "Well, I assumed what happened is like you put the frozen stew you made like down the sink."
And
it wasn't that, it was the fucking rice. So like, anyway, I come out and there's like standing water in the sink, and like I have a habit where like I have a French press, like I make coffee every morning pretty much. So I grind up my own beans and like use the sink usually. And I'm just like, I can't make a coffee. I was like, God damn it. It's like, I don't want this shit to like smell like coffee. And then I like went back. It was like one of the first days of off season. So I was catching up with like my friends back home in Chicago. We play Rainbow Six Siege together. It's like, hey, so you guys are going to get a kick out of this. Like, Mark clogged the sink. And my one buddy is like, well, have you tried, like, is there like still standing water in there? And I was like, yeah, well, it got worse. I went out to get a haircut. So I just like needed to get out of the house. I was like, I'm just going to get a haircut.
Probably didn't want to deal with this shit at all.
Well, I had a broadcast that week too. So, and my hair was like long. I was like, yeah, because it was a promo relegation tournament. And so like before, like right as I was leaving, you're like, yeah, like you started up the dishwasher. And like I thought 5 minutes out to myself, I was like, bro, that shit's connected to the sink, isn't it? And I was like, well, we're going to find out when we get home. Just like kind of like trusting that like you'd like figure it out. And I walked back in and the sink, it's like leaking out like onto the floor.
Over the top?
No, not over the top, because like there's like a spot like needed to like be like really like corked. It's like there was like a crack, right? And it's like on the floor, and you're just like sitting there, just like, yeah, I'm like taking the bucket out, and you're like dumping it like on like the patio, and so like over like the patio, like like the.
Is that why the patio smelled like shit? I'm the only one who ever goes out and like uses the patio, and I was just like, why does it smell like rotten food out here? I wonder if something died. Yeah, I'm the only one who used the patio, so these guys probably had no idea about that. And I was like, oh, yeah. We had so many ants out on the patio. Like, I didn't bother bringing it up because I didn't think it mattered.
Oh no!
Jesus.
I didn't realize the sins of my actions caused so many consequences. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. See, the worst thing is, if I can smell it, it's fucking awful. I would not be surprised if people like walking by on the sidewalk could have smelled it. Like,
Oh my god.
Manny, aren't you glad that you get to be the producer for our show and witness this firsthand?
Well, we're still
Do you
feeling
want me to answer that?
Oh, it gets better too. We're still feeling the consequences of it because we can't run the dishwasher without there being standing water. So we gotta call the maintenance guy. We gotta call him again. Oh my god.
I put in the request. They're gonna hopefully come first thing tomorrow.
are we gonna be at the fucking cabana?
I'll be here.
No, Matt will be. Here. Matt's not
here.
coming.
Oh,
So Matt could deal with
I'm definitely not coming now. This shit needs to be fixed.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Well, that was eventful.
Yeah.
It's a serious story.
Now, what did you learn when you threw out 3/4 of the pot of rice next time?
Not to throw it down the disposal machine. Now I needed to still get it. I needed to saturate it with water, otherwise it wouldn't be yoinked out of the rice pot. It would just like stick. So this time I filled it with water, but then I had like a double baggy trash bag so that like if the water punctured the bag, at least there'd be another bag to catch it. And then I just dumped everything in there and threw it into the trash.
I want to watch next time this happens.
I'm going back in time and throwing this up on Twitter.
Yeah,
I gotta find when this.
I want to watch next time this happens and just potentially go over the ways to properly dispose of rice.
Well, at least no one got hurt.
No, I mean, okay, the ideal scenario
Is you eat it?
yes. And that second time that I made rice, I was supposed to have put it away in the fridge, and I forgot to store it, and so the top had dried over, and it was unsalvageable. So I was like, "Fuck, that's my bad," because I made it with like this kind of sweeter roast tasting
seasoned
curry.
rice.
Yeah, that was really good, and I'm really sad that I didn't save it in time. I was like, "God damn it, that was actually really good." What are you listening to, Matt?
I'm putting this up on Twitter now.
Yeah.
What is that?
This.
Oh, did you go and clip it?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is way too funny.
Good shit.
Well, at least nobody got hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
no.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no, guys. This is a good podcast.
The list
This
of
is a good
disasters
podcast.
things goes on.
I saw this here. It was supposed to be a segue, and I forgot that you had control of Matt's Twitch.
Yeah.
I was like, what story does Matt have for this? All right, Manny.
So this weekend, I was lime scootering down Hollywood Boulevard with one Steve Kangas Casts. And that's his full name, by the way.
Yeah.
I forgot Paul.
Yeah, exactly. After he was standing on stage in a bar ringing a cowbell for several minutes
Based.
with a band,
Based.
we decided that we were too cool to Uber and we were going to lime scooter down Hollywood
based.
Boulevard.
That's still kind of
And
based.
there is apparently a no-go zone around Hollywood Boulevard, to preserve its pristine character, right? Because there's nothing...
Yeah. Of
You
course.
can't have lime scooters there.
That's the
So
part for sure.
instead of beeping and telling you that it's going to do it, it just cuts the power to your scooter. So we're in traffic like you're supposed to, because you're supposed to ride on the road. And the power just stops cutting out. So we're like, what the fuck is going on? There's like cars behind us. So we bail onto the sidewalk, start using them like real scooters. And I happened to kick the side of the scooter so hard that I actually drew blood
Yeah.
through my sock.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It looks like that
Whoa.
in the moment. And then I woke up the next morning and I couldn't walk on it and thought I'd sprained it.
I wasn't kidding when I replied with the Kurt Schilling suck,
Yeah. I went to urgent care and they told me that it was the doctor there told me that it was the most swollen he'd ever seen someone's ankle that wasn't sprained or fractured. But fortunately, it was not sprained or fractured. It was just a big fuck ugly bruise.
Damn.
And it really hurts.
That's wild. I had no idea you couldn't take scooters over there.
Yeah, me neither. And it doesn't tell you. It just shuts the fucking scooter off while you're on the street. I think that's a little bit fucked up,
That's
Lime.
dangerous as hell.
I'm calling out Lime scooters right now. That was dangerous.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually have anything to do with why I hurt myself. I hurt myself being a dumbass, but
Yeah. Wow.
the more you know. The dangers of Lime scooters.
My most LA thing is like not a great. I mean, that was a great story, but I realized that the people that are parking enforcement are like out of a movie here, because they all drive like the OG Honda Prius that has like a shitty decal that says parking enforcement.
It's a Toyota.
Oh yeah, I didn't get a parking ticket today. Let's go.
That's good.
Yeah, I was supposed
Toyota
to. And I
Prius.
did.
Now, like
No Priuses for me.
I drove by one of the parking enforcement people handing out a ticket, and it was like this like 5'8", like very like overweight person like getting out of this like tiny ass Prius, like a parking decal on it, and he was parked like on a red space, which is like means you like can't park there usually. And he's riding like up a
but
up
they're
a car. And I
cops.
was like, oh my fucking god! I was like, I literally can't. Like that's like the most LA thing for me.
Dude, it's
like,
Paul Blart.
Oh, like my hatred for that man was just, I had never seen him or met him in my life, but I was like, I hated that individual. I really did. With a burning passion.
Yeah.
And that was my most LA thing, just realizing that.
All right. What else are we talking
Yeah,
about
that's
on
it.
this podcast now that we're
Nah, I thought that was the whole
Like-
thing. I think we're done.
20 minutes in?
MSI.
MSI.
Oh, I wanted to talk about Old League.
I mean, we do have to talk
We'll do that
about
out.
League.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
We'll
have
We
to
should
run
do
this
something
after.
semi-topical first, and then we
Semi-topical,
go on
for
a
sure,
long
for sure.
tangent.
I mean, like, let's wrap up.
Manny's
like,
on the team. Just keeping it on the rails.
Someone has to be today. I've understood. If this is gonna go anywhere, someone has to be on the team today.
let's wrap up what we all, I guess, like missed out, because we haven't done an episode in like what, at least a month.
Yeah, because there was LCS Finals, and then we both were
Yeah,
gone.
you guys want to talk about Raleigh at all?
What do you mean, you guys? I didn't go.
Yeah, I'm actually the only person.
Dude,
that
this
won-
is the most Mark has talked in a podcast.
Let's go.
and
Mark's
I'm
on the
not
team.
drinking either, which is crazy.
Honestly,
Well, yeah,
make
usually when
it-
you drink, it's because you're over in the fucking kitchen.
No, Mark, you should have been like, did that make it all worth clogging the sink? That had to have been your response. You missed out.
I don't think anything is worth clogging the sink here, Matt. No, I'm gonna be real with you.
Not even her.
Not even her. Man.
Not even her.
No, because her is temporary. Clogging a sink and dealing with the consequences forever, man.
Yeah, it's on Twitch now. It's never leaving.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot more places soon. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, Mark, congratulations. You're the most single on the podcast now.
Woo! Oh, do I have applause on here?
Are we just dropping that?
No,
that's a-
Hey,
that's
we're
a
just
DJ
saying that. And we're just gonna
turntable.
leave. We're just gonna leave it.
Oh my god!
All right,
We're just gonna say it and leave it. Wow, it's a tough podcast.
Yeah,
Mark.
so where on the spectrum are you, Mark?
Mark,
Usually
you
it's
get,
Covey catching strays.
Mark, you get one free shot at me tonight. I think you should get one at Josh too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know what shots I could take at Josh. This man is Thanos, man. He has all 5 Infinity Stones. What I do? Actually, 6. I think there's 6. Holy shit. Anyway, we're just gonna move past that point. And I don't have no comebacks. It's true.
Tell him I can cook. I just don't do it very often. Mark's definitely a better cook than I am.
Raleigh. Oh, actually, now Raleigh's giving me even more trauma.
There's 6.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, while we were gone, we had Challengers playoffs that happened. Cloud9 won. Congratulations to Cloud9 Challengers. Woohoo, let's go.
Cloud9.
And then right after, Raleigh finals happened. So I flew out. Manny worked the show from the studio.
Big man on campus.
Cubby went to a bachelor's. Josh went to go play Warhammer at some point.
Yep.
I was in
Every
Vegas. We drank 50 high noons in 4 hours.
Good.
Wait, Raz is in the chat at 4 in the morning.
Yeah. he's
Go
like,
to
"What
sleep.
the
You
hell?"
have MSI tomorrow. What are
He's
you?
not casting, or he's not on desk. It's I think it's like
Oh, okay.
Goldberg
Never
and
mind.
it's-
Raz, do whatever you want.
Go lick your burger.
No, it's in the bin. He threw a whole ass burger and fries in the bin.
Oh wait, he is casting.
Oh,
okay,
let's
so
go.
he's not on desk.
More
to
Raz
bed.
casting. Let's go.
What
I
are
saw
you-
that Raz.
Hey,
I saw
Raz?
you weren't on the desk. I thought okay, he's
Oh.
casting.
Raz, we were talking about Nostalgia League earlier, and we're gonna be returning to that subject.
Yeah.
Raz casting coming back. That's
you'll-
good.
You'll have a good time. With
Yeah, if
that
he
one.
stays up till 5 a.m., he'll.
Wait. But he's supposed to be cat. We're a bad influence, y'all. Raleigh was great though. We're on the team, Josh. we got.
You know what? I'm not gonna be on the team tonight. I'm always on the fucking team. I'm off the team.
Fuck you, Cubby.
I'm off the team.
All right.
All right, Mark, we got this. We can steer
Okay,
this
okay,
shit.
let's go. Raleigh. So for me, Raleigh was cathartic and very homecoming sensation, because when I first started playing League of Legends, when I first started getting into League and League Esports, I was going to a school in North Carolina. I had just moved there 2 years prior, entering high school. And so when I first heard that we were going to Raleigh for spring finals, I was like, oh my God, my first split of LCS, and we're going back to where it all began for me. I had many friends that went to NC State, and the place that we held finals at was the PNC Arena, which is the home of the NC State basketball team. It's also home of the Carolina Hurricanes in hockey, but, you know,
Pretty big deal right now, actually.
not a hockey fan, so like I
feel
could
right now.
Yeah.
Sports ball. Continue.
Yeah. NC State, Wolfpack, go Wolfpack. And I don't like coming back home. It was the first time I had been to Raleigh in that capacity in like since 2015. I had visited my mom every now and then over the few years. What is happening? Why are we off the team, y'all?
Good reason. Anyway,
Good reason.
continue.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh no, I've seen it now.
All right, just show the fucking thing. Let's get this out of the way.
Raleigh was like homecoming for Mark. He spent the entire time standing the other side of the room from women.
Jesus Christ.
That is not true. It's not true. I'll just say that. People who were there know it was not true. And that's all the allegations I have to beat. And I don't have to explain myself any further. I don't owe anyone a goddamn thing. Anyway.
We were there.
I was not there. I have no
It's
idea.
a great line, though.
But it's a good line.
That's a great line.
I was expecting not to do anything there that finals weekend because everyone on the broadcast team got assigned to do something except me. But I was still invited to go to finals. So, wow, are we laughing at my pain? What is happening?
Mark, remember that
You
time
should
you
pull up
shared the free bird?
The Freebird trolley problem thing.
Yeah?
I can't believe you're encouraging cancer children to get hit by trains.
Is that what Raz put?
That's what Russ said.
Oh my god! This is...
This is a good episode.
Dude,
Is it? Okay. All right.
well, I mean, this is the Caster Couch raising NA collab that we need, just...
Were you taking notes when you were over there?
No, I was just vibing and enjoying myself. I didn't realize that I would pay back for it of things that I may or may not have said. Anyway, TLDR, I was I went into Raleigh finals not expecting to do anything because I sincerely hoped that Clayton did not get sick. And I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like if Flowers gets sick or something happens, that you get to cast the grand finals on Sunday. I'm like, I don't want that because everyone is already hyped and expecting Flowers to do it. So if I come in afterwards, I'm going to be a disappointment. Like I already know that is going to be the expectation. And I don't want that to happen. I would rather have been announced that yes, Raafaa is going to be the person that is casting one of these series, not coming in as a backup, because I just like that's the reality, right? So I was expecting and hoping like, okay, you know what? At this point, I was not given either of those series, so that is just my position. And then I didn't find out until I landed in Raleigh. The producers called me and I was like, hey, Raafaa, how are you doing? I'm like, good. Did you land in Raleigh? I'm like, yeah. I wanted to talk to you about something. How would you feel about doing the intro for the FlyQuest Golden Garden series? Without hesitation, I was like, give me it. I'll do it. I want to fucking kill it. I want to show what I can do.
Just
So
like those cancer children.
Continue.
get off the fucking... Please. Anyway.
These are all references to Twitch chat, and this is apparently now satire. Continue.
Oh my god.
Keep going.
Yeah, and so my homeboy Manny worked with me on a script.
Yeah, they didn't tell you until you landed in Raleigh that you were doing the thing. They didn't tell me until rehearsal day that I was writing the goddamn script for it. So
Let's go!
Let's
Fist bump!
go!
Yeah! Not being told things until the last minute. Let's go. But you know what? We crushed it.
Well, yes, until they griefed you with the microphones.
I went back and watched it on the YouTube stream, and I was just like, oh, I guess it is peaking a little bit. It is what it is. Honestly,
You being loud? No way.
well,
Crazy.
yeah. But honestly, I look back at that, and I know sometimes like audio microphone quality can like be griefed, but I went through multiple co-streamers who were also watching and reacting to that, and I felt so good because all of them were like, either chat was like Raafaa smurfing at Pog, or they were just them themselves were like, holy shit, this is hype. So, and that is the first time I've really gotten that genuine reaction from a majority of the League of Legends community. I don't go on Reddit. I went on Reddit once, and that was like, that was a bad day. Just because it was just,
Hey, you know what, Mark?
What's up?
You know why I poured myself red wine tonight?
Why'd you do that?
To drink the blood of your haters.
Damn.
You poured that yesterday.
No, I actually drank that one. This is
Oh,
yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So Raleigh was great for me overall because I did something and I did it incredibly well. I felt like I did it incredibly well. And as both of these know, I'm usually down on myself all the time, even when I do something decent. I'm my worst critic. And so when I could look back at that and I know for a fact that I fucking killed it, then that was like a time where it was like actually true. So Raleigh was great. And then I got to spend time with my family. So like that for me was a really nice weekend overall.
I found my new mission for summer.
What's that?
It's to become your biggest critic.
Tear his ass down.
Honestly, if you do that, I'll have a lot more respect for you because that'll build me up better.
No, I'm not,
Because you at least know what you're talking about versus some piss random silver armchair analyst in Reddit.
Mark, I'm going to be honest. Some of my better better memories from casting are like the pep talks we'd give each other in 2021. We just like fucking fire each other up like, dude, we got this shit. Like, we talked to these guys like no one else did. It's like, first game was good. Or you'd be like, I don't know, man. It's like, no, man, it's fine. It's chill. Like, come on.
Dude,
Why would we respect Manny?
Yeah, Raz says you don't respect Manny already? Question mark.
Did you see this guy? He couldn't even ride a scooter.
Okay, yeah, that is a bit of an L.
Honestly, he still made it to the bar and drank,
I-
so that's
I
actually a
did.
pretty big
I toughed
W.
it out.
Still went out after? Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, he was.
for
All right, that's a
clarification,
respect.
I beat them there in the Uber.
I respect the hell out of Manny, by
Hey,
the way.
Manny,
I'm
he
just
wa-
saying I'll respect him even more.
He actually walked into the place of scum and villainy as the only person that was true scum and villainy with a banged up ankle. You were
Bone
just
exposed.
living the Star Wars.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
lived them.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Mark, Angie says she doesn't respect you.
Okay.
It was also really more of a limp into it rather than a walk, but
All right, he got shot in the ankle.
yeah,
Scum and villainy. Let's go.
that's one way to put it.
Badass. All right, continue.
I think that was it. Are
Yeah.
we still so
I was trying to gas at the boys.
as the main person on the camera that is on the team, Raafaa, what should we talk about next?
Proceeding. Okay, well, we caught up everything. Josh went first place at a local Warhammer
I
tournament.
did.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
fucking go. Do you want to talk about it?
Everybody there was shit. Nah, just kidding.
Nice. My goat.
I'm actually pretty good at Warhammer. I'm currently like roughly the equivalent of like mid-diamond. Based on my ranking, I've been going every weekend, and I'm going to Phoenix with Steve and Lennon this next weekend.
Nice.
So we're gonna go shit on some Arizona kids.
Yeah. For those that don't know, if you check out Joshi TV on YouTube,
Yeah.
Joshi TV on YouTube, he put out like an hour-long video explaining that during the off-season, he was going to get really invested into playing Warhammer and try to become a top 100 player.
Yeah. For Blaze 83, I play Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum, depending on how old you are.
So
Only Warhammer fans will find that funny.
yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
And so he's been putting out Warhammer content ever since his kind of introduction video about it. So that is
Yeah.
big Joshi
Yeah.
journey.
I still have the worst loss I've ever had was still to the faker of 40K. So, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, you faced the number one player
Yeah.
at
In
your
my first event.
Yeah.
I've never been shit on harder before or since.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's very good.
Yeah. So that has been Josh's off season, and then when me and Matt came back, we dealt with the fucking sink. And then mostly we've just been hanging out and working on alternative
We had the promotion tournament.
oh yeah, you guys had the promotion
Yeah.
tournament.
We got 3 new teams.
Yeah, actually, that's a good thing to talk about.
AOE is still in, and then we got Tony Top.
Supernova.
Supernova.
That was the
and
big one.
Maryville.
Yeah. Supernova Maryville. So, to quote a Matthew David Cubby Samuelson,
Yeah.
the heart of amateur and the best of collegiate.
Yeah.
What's my middle name?
Nick Howard.
Well, it's Nicholas, but yeah.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
God damn it. I was about to say Nicholson. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right.
Like Sir Nicholas, because whenever he... Okay.
Read and Write says, I know someone looking for a good starter army, but they don't mesh well with women, so anything to work around that would be great.
But yeah.
That's all of them.
Matt David Samuelson, to dox him once again. Heart of Amateur, aka Supernova, the longest running amateur League of Legends organization.
And they were not supposed to get in, by the way. Like, they were the 8th seed, and
Yep.
I didn't watch a lot of the OQ VODs. Like, I barely watched any of the VODs. I was on one day for this tournament. Like, I was going to see games before. I was, like, when we, like, gave out, like, our confidence meters, it was kind of, like, following the lead of, like, you know, people around me. Minus The Last Dance, because I just wanted to put the Jordan face in there.
Yeah.
That was banger. But, like, for me, it was, like, really clear after day one that AOE and Maryville were the two best teams.
Yeah.
Like, once we saw them play once, it's like, okay, these two teams get through. And especially after the best of 5.
Yeah.
And then the rest, it was like
It was up in the air.
some surprises.
Yeah.
And Supernova was a big surprise.
Yeah.
Who'd they take down? Team Fish Taco?
Yeah. Well, they took down, I will say they had the easiest route because they had to beat The Last Dance.
Sure.
I think that bracket needs some work.
Yeah. I think Team Fish
Earlier
Taco
flip.
was...
Uh,
I don't know how you do it better.
So they flipped the bracket in the best of 5 stage. You flip in the best of 3 stage. You get better seating. Or you do like flex seating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm always a big fan of flex seating every time.
Yeah.
I could not give my opinion because I wasn't involved in that promotion tournament at all. I just watched bits and pieces of the games.
I will say, you guys are forgetting one thing, and it's the advent of the single greatest roster graphic ever run in the history of LoL Esports broadcasting.
Tony's Top's face!
It is this.
Wait, did you see the greatest observer moment in history?
The greatest what?
Observer moment in history?
Yes, with the split screen. I'll try to find that
solo
next.
kill, and then they fucking move up and show his face in the sky because it's their goddamn logo.
There's also a
fucking
base
Jax
race look.
solo kill. Like I just watched the game. I'm like, how the fuck did this guy get Jax? I will say that the game 2 they played against FlyFam, that draft, I was like legitimate. If anyone watches my VOD reviews, I really don't get frustrated. I was legitimately frustrated at like that draft. It's like, what the hell is this?
I couldn't find that, but I did find this base race look.
Yes,
It's fucking hilarious.
It's so
Dude,
good.
Grape. Oh, I fucking love grapes, man. I can't.
Honestly, the promotion tournament wasn't great League of Legends gameplay.
No.
But it was
fun.
It was fun. Maryville AOE was fun. That was a good best of 5.
It was very fun, entertaining League of Legends gameplay.
The TFT versus Tony Top, like that was fun. Or no, what was the TFT best of 5 that they lost? The 3-2. That was a fun one.
Wait, who?
Taco. Did they lose to Tony Top? Is that who got in over them? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That best of 5
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that best of 5 was fun too.
Yeah.
Yes, here it is.
Oh.
You can see him lurking in the side out there.
No,
Look at this.
it was after a Jack solo kill.
Yeah.
That they ran it. It's so good.
I like how the observers are
They
zooming
just
in
keep moving in on
it.
I think that was an edit.
Oh,
done.
that's so
it's
good. Who
though.
edited that?
I found it on Andy's Twitter.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's so good.
Let's
Oh
go.
yeah, she's in Germany now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Andy has officially moved to Germany.
That was fun.
She can still take like remote freelance gigs for NA, but gonna miss hanging out with her when she was still here in LA. So yeah, promotion tournament. Congratulations once again to AOE for managing to survive the gulag And then to the new 3 teams, Tony Top, Maryville, and Supernova. Maryville and Supernova, the first time ever competing in Tier 2. NACL. Whatever you want to call it, because it seems like we're just changing the fucking name every split.
Yeah, NA stands for LCS, by the way.
It does.
Yeah. Somehow. It's like, NACL now. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. That frustrates me that, like, why didn't we stick with NACL? And I was like, yeah, it's the Salt League. That's great. That is like...
Wait, they're changing the name?
Yeah, because...
To what?
You're now no longer allowed to call it the North American Challengers League. You're supposed to call it the LCS Challengers League.
But the
Why?
acronym is still NACL.
But wait, why'd they make the change? Did they not announce that yet?
I don't fucking know.
Oh.
It's... Honestly, it's weird and it's dumb.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
But, I mean, if at least you're keeping the hashtag NACL so you can still call it the Salt League or...
Salt League.
Yeah, because that's good branding. Anyway.
Dude, I really want to redo the Welcome to the Salt League. How tough for you? Did you see that one?
I
wanted them to say like really dumb lines.
you know what I miss in this offseason?
Huh.
Not being on broadcast and seeing the new super heavyweight SmackDown.
Heavyweight.
They were all so good, man.
Those were bangers.
I actually like would just like sit back and like laugh.
Super heavyweight SmackDown on the range. Top S tier content that we had for Challengers League.
Did you see the thing that Zach put in the Discord to Beatdown
Yes!
about the...
I guess it was his write-up to explain what were some of the... I don't know if it was the form of content that they had to do or like content things that they did in Challengers League. And it was to explain what the Rizzler was. It's like, it's Beatdown dressed up in a Riddler costume from Batman, but with Riz.
The Rizzler went far in our bracket about the...
It was so
It was a good character.
Yeah,
It was
that was good.
honestly, we need to use it more.
I
Yeah.
will say Super Heavyweight SmackDown, I watch a lot of, League and LCS content. So I think the only NACL segment that I took time to watch every single week was Super Heavyweight SmackDown.
'cause it was so
fantastic.
That is Desrex's like magnum opus. Every time he puts out a super heavy.
The magnum opus was the Valentine's Day week one.
Yes.
This
When
week,
he got super like deep and sensual.
heavyweights.
Smackdown.
All right, team.
Those were too fun.
All right, next.
All right, team.
What's our next topic?
Old League of Legends.
Old League of Legends? Awesome.
No. We got
Space Prison.
I love that.
MSI. Then we can talk about Old
Okay.
League of Legends. Okay.
I want to talk about Space Prison.
We will. So MSI, first day of MSI happened today. I know no North American teams played today,
Thanks to
but
Cloud91.
Well, guess what? It all changes tomorrow.
that is right.
Guess what?
In less than
24 hours.
Michael Bay's
No,
going to have
even
something
less than-
explode here, and something's going to change.
even less than that, I would say less than 8 hours.
The American team plays tomorrow.
In less than 8 hours. Actually, 9 hours. I'm just gonna say less than 12 hours. In less than 12 hours, MSI will start again. Day 2, we have Rainbow 7 versus BLG, which is probably just gonna be the quickest 2-0 for BLG. The clapping. Rest in peace, mis hermanos de Arcoiris 7. And shout out to my goat Odie. But then we're gonna have Golden Guardians versus GAM, and I believe that Golden Guardians should be favored in that matchup. I have not seen GAM, and I don't know what the relative strength is coming in from the VCS. But, if there's anything I've learned over watching historical League of Legends, Matt, never count out Levi. And this is now where we can talk about League of Legends, because today, we had G2 versus Loud. Loud was cool. Only thing that I really cared about was that Yike, who is a Peruvian jungler, Swedish by birth, Peruvian by blood, plays for G2, and he played in Italy twice. And we had Nautilus mid, and I made a really horrendous curse tweet in the morning, and it banged. So
I hate how this banged, and I hate how you're a fan of this.
Josh told me to tweet more things without regret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I walked to your room and said, Did you find your not mommy yet? God damn it.
The best part of this
Wait,
is
shit,
Azale's.
this was
Azale's reply is so
tweet
good.
underneath.
This was about MSI. I thought this was about a game that you had played.
No, this
Wow,
was
thank you,
G2.
Josh.
Damn.
I was like,
Analyst
who the fuck
admitting
did you
he
get to play
doesn't watch
Nautilus?
the games. That's
I
crazy.
didn't watch fucking.
Oh no,
MSI.
that was G2.
Hey,
They played Nautilus mid twice.
Mark's been
go.
playing a lot of League recently, and notice how I said nothing about my offseason, which means I haven't really done anything.
because you've been playing League.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of League recently, and with Mark, it's more feast as opposed to famine. We were playing Flex Queue, and I queued in the 4 Master Tier players, and I got spanked, and honestly, I'm playing solo queue again now. That's all I needed. It was a fun lobby, and I got absolutely just... Did I show you guys the Augie Carrera clip, like the Texas head baseball coach?
No.
Okay, so it's like this head coach is like really pissed off at his team, and he
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He gets super upset.
Yeah.
And then he says, "I failed you guys."
well, that's like one of the many clips from this guy.
Yeah.
It's so fun. We used to die. Like one of the quotes like we used to give is like, yeah, like how do you think you're gonna feel after you get punched in the mouth 55 fucking times, and you're gonna be in the hospital? I'm gonna walk in and say, how do you feel after you just got completely fucking destroyed? That's how I felt in that game where I queued into the 4 Master Tier players.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was like, okay, solo queue.
The funniest
I need
thing
to
about
play.
that was Azale purposely got off his main and got on his alternate Smurf account so that we could dodge like the higher ranked MMR, and then we just queued into like an even more egregiously high MMR lobby.
Yeah.
I'm like, Azale, I don't know if this is working.
No,
No. It is
was
not
right.
Azale's fault. It is actually Mark's fault. Your normal MMR is like insane
Yeah, no, Mark does
because
run
you
some
don't
lobbies.
fucking play ranked.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
Medios.
Um,
Speaking of old league.
yeah, you do need to play ranked, Mark.
I'm-
Fuck ladder anxiety. You get better games from it. I promise.
I'm working on it.
And you're gonna say for a while, I don't get better games. But that's because you're not gonna have me as your fucking mid laner at your rank. All right, so you got to get over that.
Well, okay, so I played 6 placement games so far,
Wow.
and I'm 6-0.
Wow.
100% win rate.
All
I
right,
started
hey.
my placements 0-5 this year.
Honestly, Mark, I'm
Can't
kind of
believe you
busy
queued
tomorrow.
into Mark 5 times.
What?
I'm kind of busy tomorrow, so I might actually. We'll see if I stream at night or not. So I won't play my rank games during the day. But I dare you, I will play. One of these days, I want to do a rank game bet. We'll see like how many games I get in or some shit. It'll just be like, hey, 6 for 6.
Okay.
You need to get over your ladder anxiety. I'm gonna be your ranked buddy and then your gym buddy too.
Okay.
'Cause we did gym buddy the other day. That was nice.
Yeah.
I need to get back in the gym. I've
Yeah.
been bad. I've been a naughty boy this month.
Golden Guardians
Yeah. Let's go, Manny.
versus GAM Esports.
Yeah.
We're on the team, all right?
Gigagam.
Speaking of teams, Golden Guardians versus GAM Esports. Who you got?
I'm gonna put Golden Guardians.
I don't know fucking shit about game. I'm gonna be real.
They have Levi.
Okay.
Yeah, so did 100
What
Thieves
are their other
Academy
4
for several
players?
years.
I don't know anything else about GAM.
What's game's roster?
I don't know. I just know Levi, and
if
that's all
GG
that matters
bans-
to me.
It's
Carthage
Kiaya,
Stadium.
Levi, Kati Style, and then Zin.
Oh, Styles on there? Okay.
Style.
All right, I have Golden Guardians
Yeah.
because we took the best players from that region.
Oh.
did China.
No. This is VCS, not PCS.
Oh.
Yeah. We took the
Okay,
best
China
players-
took the best players from that region.
We took the best players from PSG Talon, who smoked DFM earlier this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Bring back Shogun and Taki. I liked watching them play.
Oh, dude, Shogun.
No, Taki was actually good.
Oh my God, the mid Zach
Cal-
from
Cal-
last year.
Well,
Kelsey was
instead we
on-
have Kati, who's the same letters
Kelsey was on.
rearranged.
Kelsey was on the Taki train, and she was correct. I saw the truth
Dude.
in the VODs.
The fucking Zach mid was revolutionary. Shogun did not give a fuck. He was like the Doinby of VCS.
I'm so bummed
That man's
Capson's
legit.
not on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's actually legit.
Yeah. That being said, Josh, I know you haven't played League in a while, and I've already asked you this question, so I know the answer, but you want to be my Nautilus mid mommy.
Yeah,
So
dude, I fucking love playing Nautilus mid
Let's fucking go.
and top. I wish
I'm-
Nautilus top was playable.
I'm the third
Well, I know
wheel.
you like top. But
I'm the
that's like
third
your
wheel of
special-
this house.
Yeah. Huh?
I'm the third wheel.
This is
Once
my
again,
boyfriend.
Art found his kitten.
Dimitri, husband, wife, wife's boyfriend.
we gotta get that as like a one of those images of like you two are holding hands, but you're holding hands with me behind the back.
I do all the cleaning for this kind of treatment.
Yeah, I heard the bedroom's dead too.
As always.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with GG because
Yeah.
'cause why not?
I think Huhi's in really good form, and I think Huhi is like one of the best things for Golden Guardians. I obviously don't know what their current scrim form or practice regimen has been looking like leading up over there. But
Did you hear the Doinby leak on Reddit?
no.
He said LEC and LCS teams have been crushing scrims. Asterisk.
Ooh.
Only the playing teams are there. But
I don't
you know what? Scrim rumors have never let us down before.
Never.
Not once.
My scrim rumors that I got about LCS told me that Team Liquid would be, dominating LCS based on just the early game rumors. And then I heard scrim rumors that, certain top laners were crushing every other top laner except Fudge. So I don't know what to believe anymore. But scrim rumors are always fun because you could just be like, oh, well, we have this. But like,
We just need to have like a 2016 or 2017 Redux where someone just leaks a scrim between. Oh, I guess it was TSM. So TSM's.
Oh
not
yeah,
leaking it.
no, we need the VODs. We need to study the VODs.
Scrim VOD that got leaked on Reddit
and
of
then
like TSM.
and then like
versus- I don't
every
remember who it
podcast
was.
is like, well, obviously, we've seen the VODs. we've seen the tape.
was that the year when TSM supposedly were crushing every scrim?
Yes,
They were like,
Season 4.
no. Season
I think it was like season 6 or season 7.
Yeah.
Basically.
It was the year when like TSM went in first seed and they were in the group with RNG
And Samsung,
and it
Kind
was
of a
like,
tough one.
yeah,
even
and
as a TSM hater, I
and-
gotta say.
oh, and Splice, and TSM lost the fucking Splice out of all teams, and they just needed.
No, they were always going to lose the Splice.
I'm
were.
sorry, it's TSM. They were always good.
Oh man, no, that Splice team was actually decent. I think that was like the Kabe team.
I'm not saying that they were a bad team. I was just like saying like out of all the teams to lose to in that group between Samsung and RNG, they lost to Splice, which was the weakest opponent in that group.
It's the most TSM way to do it.
Because like season 4, Amazing was like, yeah, if we didn't like face Samsung White, we would have won Worlds. And I was like, first off, hold your fucking.
That was crazy. That take was unhinged.
But second off, I will always stand by that was the year that we sent the best teams to Worlds, season 4,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that C9 and TSM. So
What about LMQ, Cubby?
I assume
Yeah,
that.
that
Best
was a
North
team.
American team of all time.
Oh god. Yeah. Anyway, I assume that's what you were referencing.
I feel so bad for Curse, man. I would have loved to have seen Voy Boy on the international
fuck.
stage.
Yeah.
Did he only go in season 2 and 3?
That wasn't Edward on that team
Not
too?
season 3. He didn't go season 3.
Edward was on season 3
Season 3 was
Curse.
Vulcan,
Yeah.
TSM, and Cloud9.
So yeah,
Oh,
that
shit.
isn't season 3 the when Curse missed out because
They missed out on 4 too. They weren't meant
Yeah.
on 4. 'cause they
Which
got-
one were you referencing, Mark?
Season 4. Because they got...
OMQ was season 4. They
Yeah.
were season 4
because-
season 3 was the Man Cloud.
Yeah,
Vulcan.
ManCloud Vulcan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Xmithy, Zuna, Psychocid, and Bloodwater.
My friends used to have a really dumb joke about Zuna
Zuna moment.
because he would always like whenever he was playing the game, he was hunched over like this. He
Oh,
was like staring up at the screen, like out of the top of his eyes. And one of my friends at one point just goes, I think what he's actually thinking is he's looking at the keyboard and he's thinking, can I eat this?
oh my god.
That's terrible.
He pioneered Goblin mode. He was doing it before it was cool.
The thing I remember Zuna the most for is that he and Woolite had like similar tendencies of just like going in at the wrongest of times of just like.
But they were hilarious.
They were hilarious.
And sometimes they were brilliant.
Sometimes they were brilliant, but they were trying to be Wild Turtle, but they could never do it to the consistency of Wild Turtle.
Let's be
during the
real.
game.
Wild Turtle couldn't even always do
I'm gonna
what
say- I'm
Wild
gonna
Turtle
say-
did.
No.
Hang on.
I'm not saying that Wild Turtle couldn't always do it. It's just that Wild Turtle had a higher consistency than those two.
I mentioned this earlier. I think so. TSM. There's been a lot of speculation about their roster construction methods. All right, they've gone like
Methods.
EU imports, Chinese imports, Korean imports, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, I have a theory. They're slowly, now that Bjergsen is back on the market, they've slowly been rebuilding the pieces of Exodia. All right, now in their organization they have Hanser, Svenskeren, they have Wild Turtle, and Biofrost is available. Bjergsen now technically available. How much money do they have to pay him for Bjergsen to come out of retirement and play with the most well-known TSM roster, the spring 2017 TSM roster that didn't have double lift because he Lucianed into a Victor W and had to take a split off.
I actually made a comment before the podcast that will once again bring up Bjergsen deciding to leave TSM when he did. I really wonder what his stock options were like when he took them. Like what the payout was there. That might have been one of the better business decisions I've seen.
That was a lot of dollars.
It sucks, but that was an interesting thought that I had earlier.
Yeah, compared to where they are now,
He's
like
retired.
TSM when he left was looking good. Now, not so much.
I still love the meme of that final year in 2020 when he just carried his team so fucking hard, of him looking over at his team like pissed. Like, remember like one gif where he's like playing and just like
Yes.
the side-eyed
Oh my God.
double dip
Yeah.
like completely like that is like what I will always remember that playoff run because he actually just Thanos'd his team like across the finish line.
Speaking of fraudulent teams, sorry, I just had to take that dig at TSM. We had a discussion earlier about who is the most fraudulent player to ever.
Hold on,
win the world.
before we get to that, towards the end of I think it was the regular season for NACL, I was gonna do a bit where I was going to put TSM on blast. Is like, hey, you got this team. One of your players is playing out of somebody's basement. You're not giving them a coach, right? Like, if anything, these players are set up as poorly as you can reasonably imagine in order to have them do well. The fact that they're getting any wins at all is kind of remarkable, and it got axed because it was right after the Gabby shit.
The TSM monologue.
Yeah, and I was so upset because like this team deserves to get put on blast. Because like, what the fuck is happening over there? They don't have a coach.
The organization needs to be put on blast, and I think the staff that was working for TSM should get the absolute most praise, and the players should be given, for the most part, what's the word?
Benefit of the doubt.
Yep. Like, it was something it was funny that spring split, I became the biggest advocate for Team Liquid, TSM, and Immortals on multiple fronts because I was trying to explain that, first of all, TSM, I don't have to get into like for why Team Liquid and Immortals because that's self-explanatory. For TSM, they were winning games when their organization is dealing with like social media fires that they refuse to put out in a good way, in a strategic way, and they are not giving their players or their staff really much to work with, and they just forced most of their players to now cut back on a salary and renegotiate, and didn't give them like any room to like, well, if you don't take our salary, then you're just walking, and you don't get a chance to renegotiate or go to a different team, you know, and Chawi, their coach, and Glenn, their player manager, did an exceptional job working with what little they had and getting the team into a position where they felt in good enough form to get wins, where they got wins. They took a win off of FlyQuest. That was extremely notable. And
Cho'Gath's OP.
and they've took games off of like teams that finished top 4. And and that whole like list of 3rd through 7th was easily interchangeable on the last couple of weeks of playoff or last weeks of the regular season before going into playoffs.
Woo.
Yeah. So shout outs to the players that played on TSM this split, and Charlie and Glenn. They deserve respect for what they did based on how little they were given. And of course, the Challengers team.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right, now they're done bashing. All right, worst
Well,
player
I
who's
have
ever
one
won a
more
world champion.
I have one more thing to bash them for, so find
Oh,
one
okay,
more
okay.
topic about TSM. I need some more time.
Nice.
Should we start talking about the worst player to have ever won a world championship?
It's Looper.
Yeah, it's Looper.
All right, Gimgoon.
Gimgoon.
No.
Here's the argument.
It's not.
Here's the argument for Gimgoon over Looper. All right.
Okay.
Looper reached international competition again after winning his world championship with RNG.
Facts checking.
Gimgoon was not there before, and he was not there after. He just popped onto the scene in 2019. He picked Renekton a bunch of times, and they won Worlds, and then he was gone.
His Gangplank was goated too.
He refused to elaborate. Truly, an icon.
I've never seen a top laner get fed to the Wolves harder and be as effective as he was later. He actually did shit later, even though he got pissed.
He had an incredible pirate, man. Gangplank was so terrifying.
Anyway,
All right.
I will forever think it's Looper and not Gimgoon.
For
I also would put Ghost for the first iteration of Damwon.
2020.
all right. So for context, Looper made it to MSI and Worlds 2016 while he was on RNG with MLXG, Xiaohu, Wooge, and Mata.
Yeah.
And then later Uzi.
Yeah. But I think Looper's greatest
He was
achievement-
really terrible with
Looper's greatest achievement.
was getting a Singe skin.
No.
Yeah?
No. His greatest achievement was going to play for Echo Fox.
He's not the worst import Echo Fox
No.
top laner, but I'll talk about that later.
He collected the bag.
What are other candidates?
He collected Echo
For
Fox
worst player
money.
who
Yeah,
won
worst
champion?
import?
Mark said Duke. I don't agree.
Oh, worst.
I thought Duke was pretty okay.
You guys said
but-
Pioshik earlier, but
okay.
I
No,
Well,
no.
I was
For sure,
like,
no.
because I know a lot of people are
was
gonna
what?
immediately
Pioshik's
call
for sure not the worst.
Pioshik
I'm a Pioshik
the
defender.
worst because
so.
they just want to bag on him missing Smite against Varus. By the way, Varus W empowered arrow was bullshit. Like in some ways more bullshit than Jinx ulti.
Ooh, I actually have an okay amendment to this list. The second Samsung Championship crown.
Oh, Samsung Galaxy?
Yeah, when Crown won.
Peter Dunn said Baolan.
I knew Baolan was going to come up.
Yeah, we did talk. That was
We talked
brought up.
about this before the podcast.
The
Baolan's
other
up
iteration
there.
of Crown, like he just was forced to play Malzahar.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is we had the year before he made it to World Finals playing very well.
Yeah, he was
against
kind of
Faker.
sick. Yeah,
So that's why, like,
Oh, wait.
I don't think Crown. fits.
Someone brings up Lamia Zealot, but
Oh, I feel like if we go to Season 1 Worlds, that's
I'm not
like
counting
too
Season 1, honestly.
overkill.
I
all the
didn't watch
players
season
were
one.
kind of bad.
I didn't watch season 1.
Yeah.
I don't have strong enough memories of season.
You know,
one.
at least Xpeke and Cyanide have world championship skins.
True.
That's dope. You know what? I thought of someone.
at the time, Mahir, at the time,
Yeah. I'm curious what you guys think of Haru from Samsung Galaxy because he didn't play a single game.
I don't care if they don't play.
yeah,
I
if they
don't
don't
care.
play. I don't.
Duke,
even
Duke
remember.
played one game for IG.
All right.
Don't care.
That's fair. Because he got the funniest thing is that he got an Ezreal skin out of it. And I was ready to defend it because Haru actually was like one of the nastiest solo queue players and he was the best Ezreal at the tournament. Like jungle Ezreal. Because he was
Yeah, they played him for the Jungle Eyes game.
Yeah.
and he destroyed.
Before we continue with this, I finally have my last TSM stat that I was talking about
Alright.
earlier. Do you know that since 2021, 21 players have started in LCS games for TSM?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, since 2021 spring?
Yeah.
So 21 spring, summer, 22 spring, summer, 23 spring. That is, I don't know why I went to my other thumb. That is almost the maximum possible if you just get a new roster every time.
Yeah. I have the list.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, hit us.
You like to
Hit us
read
with
it? Huni, Speaka, Power of Evil, Lost, Sword Art, Viper, Hyper, Takeover, Instinct, Yursong, Kaido, Shenyu, Soul, Solo, Maple, Tactical Chime, Hanser, Boogie, Neo, Wild Turtle.
And most of those players are not very good.
Anyway, that's the last bit of TSM bashing we're going to do. I was trying to get that earlier, but yeah, 21.
I feel like there's a way like we can get that to be like a Poke Rap. Pikachu, 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 Pikachu.
Very
So that's my last piece of TSM slander.
Nice.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, this is not slander at the players or
No.
the few staff that actually worked really hard to put the team in a good spot.
I thought you were going to say the few staff at TSM.
What do you mean? They have one person for every role. That's the same.
Yeah, that says at least more than CLG.
Yeah, no, I talked
right.
about
That was
Glenn and Chawi every single time that TSM did well, as well as the team when they were playing in LCS this spring split, because it's like from the outside looking in, it seems like those were the only two people that the players, when I messaged them about shit, that they would talk about. It's like, yeah, Glenn and Chawi have been great. We love working with them. It's like, okay, they're a direct result or a direct influence on how well the players do. So
Let's keep reminiscing.
Yeah. What was your favorite worlds?
Season 4.
Season 4.
Really?
Season 4 was so fucking lit.
Are we all going to say season 4?
No, I'm gonna say season 2.
Season 4 for me was so fucking fun.
Season 2 for me has a special place in my heart because like that's when I started watching League.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's how it is going to be for everybody, though, right?
I mean, maybe, but the other thing. Okay, so season 2, and then actually this last season, 2022.
yeah, no.
I mean, this last Worlds, like I literally called it before the podcast, like one of the greatest stories I've ever seen in sports.
Yeah, 2022 Worlds was.
It really is.
So much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then season 2 was also for me because at the time it was TPA, and they had to go up against.
They were not favored at all.
They were not.
No
favored.
one had them.
Yeah, nobody had them
winning.
doing particularly well, and they had to go through both Moscow 5 and Azubu Frost, who were both like tournament favorites.
Yes, Moscow 5, I think, was the tournament favorite.
Yeah, I mean everybody.
A lot of the
remember-
English broadcasters, like from EU, but still, like I think M5, like
Yeah.
because they played so fast, like people were like this team's just
Yeah,
there.
I mean, from what I remember, the top 2 teams that people were looking at were Azubu and Moscow
Yeah.
5, right? And it depended on like what you favored at the time.
Diamond Prox was literally like the best jungler in the world.
I
He
was
innovative.
a Flame fan, so I was always a Flame fan.
I was a huge Shy fan
Yeah,
at the time. Yeah,
Then
Shy
it
and
became Reaper.
Rapid Star were my favorite players at the tournament.
Oh man,
I was so I don't want to say like distraught because like I didn't know them very well because like I started watching at Worlds, right? I hadn't been watching events before then, but I was just like, wow, these guys are really good and they lost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. I also watched season 2 Worlds. It was like the first thing I watched, but I had no idea what the game was or like anything. And I started playing in season 3, but like the game that really made me like a fan, like a real fan, was like the Samsung Blue versus Cloud9 best of 5 at Worlds
that was
2014
hella
with the backdoor. That was like the most gut wrenching thing for me to watch at like 4 a.m.
Is that the one where Hai did the thing where he was just on
He
the
did
fucking
the-
side of
That was a previous game with the Zed backdoor that didn't work,
yeah.
but that was the one where they're like down like 10k gold, they win a fight, they like blitz the Nexus, and they all get cleared
were
with like
so
50
close.
HP left on a Nexus. Brutal.
I think another fun one for me was
what was it? Fnatic IG, the one that was in Ignite. Is that what it was? I think it was
No.
Fnatic IG.
wait. What?
Are you talking about
I
the
was
World
gonna.
theme?
I was
That's
gonna say.
2018.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
like,
but
Worlds.
the game that is based off of, whereas it was like a 70-minute game or whatever, and like what's his name? So as his Rumble like teleports to try and go for the back door.
No,
try and
that
go-
Oh,
was
Fnatic
season 4.
versus OMG.
That was
Yes.
OMG
Yeah,
Fnatic.
that,
That was season 4.
that was one of the absolute wildest games ever, and like you look back at it now, and it's like wow, there were so many like dumb decisions that were made here, but like they were playing for 70 minutes.
It was
like,
a heart wrencher too.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Because you
That would have got him through.
I remember that was one of my favorite casting calls too, because it was Riv, Jat, and Joe Miller, and like Riv and Jat were talking about like OMG pushing through Fnatic's bot side. One person got caught out, and then Joe Miller just goes, TP, Rumble, Soas is in the back, he's trying to go for the basic defense, and then we had fucking Cyanide on the leash, try to make another backdoor attempt, tries to get in, gets super close, one auto attack away, doesn't complete it either.
Like the Rumble like miss, so Kha'Zix still had home guards, and like that way could like been the difference, like a bunch of threads, and like how it could have been played better. Yeah.
And that was the last time Fnatic ever threw it a Nexus.
Actually, I think one of my favorite years was when G2 beat RNG to get to
That
semis.
was super hype.
2018.
2018
That was season 8.
quarterfinals.
That was the Cloud9 year too, where they made semis.
Funny thing about that
Yeah, but the C9 semis was fraudulent.
No, they
So-
threw out a Korean team. They don't look at what they about what the Freaka did
They
before
beat
and after
Spirit.
that. No, they won.
They beat Spirit. They beat Keen. That can't be fraudulent, right? Freak.
That is a
Did they really beat Keen in that
card-carrying
series?
best of 5 win for North America versus Korea for World Championship.
But I will say the G2 RNG series was hype, not only because
was.
Perks went fucking off,
Game 5 Perks was like ridiculous game.
but also, I've told this to a few people already. I called in a hotline league as a piss random fan back in the day and said that G2 was going to beat RNG in a 5-game series.
We got to find that.
I can send you the link.
I'll dig it up and use it on the podcast at some point.
There you go. Yeah. And
You guys go back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go back on.
Well, I mean that was. I mean, I brought that up when I came on as an actual, not a caller, but a guest for Hotline League when I got on to LCS. I was like, yeah, 5 years ago I was just a caller on this league, and now I'm here. So crazy how things change over the years. But I remember Anero was like super against my logic. He was like, yeah, I just don't think that G2 has good macro. Like, because I at the time I said that G2 had better solo laners, and that Hjarnan and Wadid can just play like wave clear bot lanes and just neutralize Uzi's impact in lane. And G2 would be able to stall long enough so that Perks and Wunder could just crush and chokehold through side lane pressure. And I even called that RNG are going to feel the pressure to put in MLXG at some point because they need early game aggression to snowball things. They put him in game 5, didn't work. G2 won.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
Bamj.
Those Moments of Memories videos back in the day for the old World Championships, when they used to actually put like a lot of resources onto them, and the features team used to make them, are like the things that like got me into content. Like I don't think I'd be working with like, or I'd be working at like Riot or LCS or anything if they didn't make those videos. So
You remember the really old videos from like season 2 where they'd be like, "Hi, my name is Alex Ich, and my favorite champion is Ryze." Do you remember those? Those were awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or I remember Rapid Star, the first time I found about Lux.
He was the Lux player, yeah.
Yeah,
Lux,
and
yeah.
he did, like, my favorite champion is Lux. And so that's
He was
why I was like,
unreal at
I
Lux.
wanted to play Lux, because he would talk about, hey, you can buffer the detonation of your E when you throw out EQ combo and ulti, so that'll go off. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking lit.
Yeah.
Frog and Lux IPL 5. Oh.
There's just one quote from Alex Ich that I remember super heavily. It's like, Ryze needs boots, Ryze needs tenacity, and you need to have balls. You need to be ready to flash in. And I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. Because back in the really old, just like insta-root days.
This was back.
Machine gun.
No, it
Ryze.
was before that.
This
before
was
that.
back in like the Pentakill Alex each days. We played like APE, AP Evelyn, just like got pentas all the time.
Kha'Zix.
Yeah,
That Kha'Zix
Well,
penta
no,
is still one
Kha'Zix
of my
was
favorite
later,
ones.
Alex
but his Kha'Zix was so disgusting.
The Alex.
The
So-
first time I hit Diamond, I was playing blue Kha'Zix mid and blue Ezreal,
Nice.
just abusing those two champs.
Thunderlords to Kree Alistar. That was it for me. But my proudest league achievement ever is 2021 when I was interning for Riot. I got to play in Riot Rumble, and I was still good at the time. I was like D2, and I got put in Masters Rumble.
Okay.
And my team played against Alex Ich's team in the I think it was the quarterfinals of
He
Riot
works for
Rumble.
Riot?
Yeah, he does. And we 2-0'd them. And I can now
Let's
say
go.
that I have beat Alex Ich in a best of series,
fuck.
ignoring the
Let's
fact that he
go.
stopped playing like 6 years before that.
Fuck. No, it's still pretty fucking cool.
But it is still like the coolest thing that it's the coolest thing I've ever done.
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, I was overjoyed when that happened.
Let's go.
he was so good. But that team was so good. They were so fun too.
Yeah.
They were
Genja
legitimately
with his
so
fucking
sick.
time travel builds.
Yeah, the Time Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
he would just,
Genja.
he would just like play something that would not be considered good until
Time Lord
later.
Genja.
What was Darian's?
Remember Darian like
Tier
the-
Aatrox.
the big weed edit, and
Yeah,
then he just
big
picked
weed.
Warwick. They just would first pick Warwick all the time, and you just they just win.
Big Weed Wick. Oh my god.
And it was like he like rolled out. It's like he like walked out like late, and someone like did like the edit. Oh, that was like really popular in like early like league.
Thug Life Darian with
Yeah.
the shades and the Weed Wick.
Are any of those players still playing? I think Diamond is.
Diamond
Diamond is still
is
playing.
the only
He
one.
was.
Edward was for a little bit, but I
Edward
don't know
was
if he
for a
still
bit.
is.
Darian and Genja were the ones that stopped first.
Yeah, that was sad. That was like one of the first great teams.
I mean, it goes back to season 2 Worlds when that iteration, for the most part, was Moscow 5. I think Edward had not come along yet.
No, he was there.
Oh,
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Edward
I think it
was
was Goosey
playing
Pepper at the
until
time.
last year.
Oh,
Now
was
he's a
it? Oh,
coach.
was it not
Huh?
Genja yet?
Yeah.
Edward was playing until last year. Now he's a coach.
Oh, okay, cool.
Although he's playing in, I think, ERLs for a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
After,
but yeah.
some things happened.
Yeah, what about Diamond Prox?
CIS. Diamond Prox is, I think he's back in LATAM, right?
Oh, I
Let me
have no
find
idea.
out.
Did you know that he had intended his name to be Diamond Pro X?
Oh,
Nope,
Yeah.
he is not active anymore.
Oh.
Actually, he's as the end of last year, Diamond Prox is not on the team.
Dang.
damn.
But
Diamond.
he's 30 now. Yeah,
Mm.
it's a long time ago.
Wow, so he was, so when he started playing then, he was just a kid, 17, 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds right.
Damn.
My favorite thing was FZZF being on like the teams when he was like 14 or something crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Wasn't he
yeah.
the player that was like super young?
Mm-hmm. Top
What
winner?
happened to him?
I don't know. Who was the guy that
No idea. He's gone.
held the spot for Reckless back in the day? Because like they were adding the.
Oh,
Started with a P. Beans?
Pushu.
No,
Pushu.
Pushu. It was Pushu.
yeah.
Yeah, Pushu.
That guy was pretty okay.
Yeah, he played at the season 3 Worlds.
Well, because Yellowstar was playing for Fnatic as their main AD in season 2, but then Yellowstar role
No,
swapped to
it
support.
was just the age limit. Reckless couldn't play yet.
right, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like Yellowstar was the AD for season 2, and then I don't remember who their support was, but then Yellowstar role swapped to support, and then
wasn't it the guy that would end up playing for SK?
Nif.
No, he was heavier.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about because he was on the 2014 roster with Svenskeren and, yeah. No, I can see his face in my head.
Was it Forgiven support?
No. SK 2014 roster.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see his face. I just don't remember his name. Is right
God,
now.
what is his fucking face? What is his name? Candy Panda was the AD and rated.
Yeah, and rated.
Oh, and rated, yeah.
Yeah.
He was Forgiven support.
No, that was Vander. That was Vander.
No, in SK it was Forgiven and then rated.
Forgiven played on SK? When?
Yeah.
I thought he was always on H2K.
No.
He was on
Damn,
Copenhagen
that was a guy I
Wolves.
completely forgot about.
Yeah.
Too.
Hang on.
I was always
Any for Relin Lord fans?
I always thought Forgiven was sick. No, Frelin Lord wasn't good.
He wasn't great, but
One of my-
he was
He had that
3K
one
elo.
shockwave.
My,
Yeah.
my
He was
other
3K elo.
my other all-time favorite player from that era and like forever favorite player is Froggen. So I was always a Froggen fan. He was so fucking good back in season 2.
I interacted with him too much to be a fan.
Yeah.
He was
so good in
He's just-
season 2.
he's just a kid.
That makes me like him even more.
He's just a kid who wants to play video games.
So my first favorite team was CLGU, and I played a shit ton of old Aurelia, and I'm still a really good Anivia player because I like always watch Froggen stream Anivia, and like he was so unbelievably good on that champion. To a degree that I feel like no one else really is good at a single champ today.
Yeah.
I have a trivia question for you guys. Speaking of Pushu,
Yeah.
what team has he been on that actually, so I'll give you a list of players and you have to guess what team all of them are on.
At the same
It's not at the same time.
Now?
Just as an organization, yes.
Okay.
Pushu, Cadril, Santorin, Freeze, Febivan, Yamato Cannon, Nuke Duck.
Say that slower.
Pushu,
Ninjas in pajamas.
Cadril, Santorin,
No.
Freeze, Febivan, sorry. Yamato Cannon, Nuke Duck.
H2K.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's where Cadril played. That was it.
Yeah, I should have left Cadril out of it, actually.
Yeah.
I think that would have been way harder if I'd left Cadril out of it. Damn.
Yeah, with Febivan there too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When it was
H2K
Cloud9
roster. The roster was pretty good.
So Vivian, the one that went.
Crazy.
Yeah. I remember there was one of those.
No,
guys that
I don't know.
was Like,
That was famously Glebe, right?
I mean, Glebe also went crazy.
I felt bad for that guy.
But like anybody who ever played on TSM, like you kind of can't blame them.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, where else are we going into Old League?
I had another question for you guys that was, what is the worst LCS import of all time?
Oh.
I think we might have to disqualify Avalon.
Yeah, it's Avalon.
That, though.
The story behind Avalon, for anyone that doesn't know, it was literally Helioid's brother, and he was Diamond 2
You mean
in
Helios?
Korea.
Helios.
Yeah.
Hey,
it was
so was
Helios'
Balls,
brother.
and then he got a pentakill.
Woo!
Whatever.
Worrying trend. Dude, I don't know why
was 100%
Jack got
Avalon.
like such fucking flame for that.
It's because it's only because
worrying.
they won games. I think
Yeah.
if they hadn't, it would have been.
People love to dunk on analysts and any like broadcast talent after a player like shows up, and it's like, I mean, cool. The players proved them wrong, and
I honestly would have to like look at lists to think about like the worst import. I would need to. I'm gonna
I
go
always
through
thought
something-
Seraph was fucking terrible.
Yeah, but it
someone
can't
who-
be the worst.
Yeah, but for like how long Seraph was around, he was pretty bad.
given like when he was first hyped up, I think his first time being imported was CLG, right? That was the Neon Tanso roster
Yeah.
too, on Dexter, and like CLG were convinced that Seraph was super, super, super good, and it didn't work out. But then Seraph got onto multiple other teams. He got onto
Envy. He made playoffs with Envy.
Envy.
Which is more than some of these players did.
That's
Ninja
fair.
was pretty bad.
Mid laner.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
But he did make some like flashy plays though. That was the thing.
Yeah.
He saved, who was it? He
he-
saved from relegation, or nearly saved from relegation.
He's not the worst for sure.
I think he saved Renegades from no. Yeah.
Relegate.
Relegades. Yeah, he saved them from elimination.
Yeah. I think we need to look at a list because
I'm going through some lists.
Because
lot
I
of the-
have mine when you guys are ready. Because you said Looper, and
he
I
was
said
not the worst.
no. I said he's not the worst
Yeah.
Echo Fox import top laner of all time.
Oh,
Who was
my
it?
pick.
Oh wait, I know this one.
Is KFO.
Yes. Yes.
So if you
Literally
look at his Gamepedia page, let me pull this up. Look at his team history. This man fucking spawned on Echo Fox in 2016. He was there for all of 2016, and then he just left and never played anywhere again. And he didn't play anywhere before. He was there on Echo Fox. They were like 8th place in both splits, right? I think they were 8th
this was
place.
the year.
Yeah, they finished 7th and then 10th, and then
Yeah.
they requalified, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay. I understand why I don't remember who this is because I didn't fucking watch League this year. Like I just did not pay attention to League at all in 2016. Damn, that's wild.
Yeah. So that is
this-
my pick for
Was
the
this
worst.
the year when we had best of threes on dual streams?
No, this was 2016. This year
Oh, so
before
that was 2017 was the best of threes, right?
Yeah, or maybe it started in summer 2016. I think Best of Threes might start in summer 2016.
I definitely remember it being 2017.
Dude, Avalon was
Or-
so bad.
He was so shit.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah, 2016 summer was the first Best of Three split. So he did play. In
you know
that.
what? That's right, because when NA lost games in group stage of Worlds and best of ones, there was the Reddit circle jerk was like, oh my god, we started losing best of ones because we forgot how to play in best of one scenarios because we moved to best of threes for this summer.
The TSM cope was truly amazing. They caught a lot of strays in this. I guess it's because we're talking about international play. But that roster was KFO, Hard, Froggen, Keith, and Big. So they had Big and Hard on their team.
Bigger or harder? Bigger.
My man.
Shout out to Mark Z, who casted this morning with Munchables. Okay, hang on. I want to put a quick side tangent. Shout outs to Munchables. Man's been casting for, I think, 8-9 years. And he's been casting the LPL since 2018, 2019. And he had been putting his heart and soul into LPL for the past few years. And not once had he gotten a call-up for an international event. No MSI call-up, no Worlds call-up. And he finally got his first international call-up for MSI this split. So props to Munchables, man. Like, just sticking to the grind and dedicating himself to a region for that long. And finally getting recognition. So, yeah. And also, Mark, good job on the casting desk as always. I love hearing Mark cast. Not me, like Mark Z, Mark Zimmerman.
Mm-hmm. Nice catch, nice save.
No, I was gonna say
I do want a Mark squared cast one of these days. I got a Mark squared plus Kobe when we did the TriCast of Golden Guards versus TSM, but that game was kind of a wash, so we didn't really get to have that much fun.
I still move that in story meetings we should call him Mark Z and you Mark C.
Okay, OQ was bad.
That was my next pick.
OQ was bad.
OQ was my...
He was so hyped, and he was so not good.
KFO and OQ.
And also, Kyrie from Dig.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he was hyped, though.
He was not hyped at all, but he was just not good.
Oh, Kyrie?
Yeah.
Okay. He was
But, like,
a jungler, right?
That's true. It might be OQ because of hype, right?
I think it's got to be OQ.
If you factor in hype,
he was
right?
actually
Because
pretty hyped, and he was just not
Avalon
good.
was not hyped. KFO, everyone was like, who the fuck is this
Avalon
guy?
was like, this guy's literally D2 Korea. And he's getting rolled here. Like, go figure. Right?
KFO, everyone was just like, who the hell is this guy? But OQ had serious hype.
KFO was like, this guy's Korean. He must be all right. You know?
Yeah, that was basically what it was, right? He was like, oh, well.
So this was Gravity OQ or Winter Fox OQ? I think it was
He was on neither team. He was on TDK for like a little bit as a sub, but mainly he was on Energy.
Oh, Energy. Hey! Guess
It
who's
comes
coming back?
full circle.
Guess who's coming back in the
I
summer?
really hope they do a bow tie uniform on day one, but I know they
For GBM.
For GBM.
For fucking GBM. My goat. Dude, GBM was also like one of my all-time favorite players.
Yeah, I love GBM. I mean, I was a Jin-Air fan in the LCK, sadly. So yeah, I liked some GBM.
I just thinking about him now. I'm smiling.
I got one that's not the worst, but was pretty bad. Mickey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely bad, as in like internal combustion.
It was sad because like he was actually legitimately on the come up in LCK.
He was Fly Mickey, right?
Yeah.
He used to play for a team called Fly. Not FlyQuest. Like there was a LCK team that had the acronym.
I forgot where he was.
Well, let's look.
I thought it was a CJ.
He played for Africa.
Yeah, that was it.
Rebels and Rocks.
Yeah, he was Africa.
Played for APK Prince, but I don't see.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was thinking AF.
After. Where did he
play
play
for
before?
Africa too?
Before he was World Elite, Anarchy, Africa.
Yeah, I remember him on
No,
Africa.
okay.
It was
I
Africa.
think I just got Fly and
because he played with
mixed
Spirit
up.
on Africa.
Yeah. No.
And I was always a Spirit fan.
Yeah.
Fly will always be my favorite.
I still think my favorite game I've ever seen was I don't remember what the two teams were, but there was a player named Lee and he was playing Evelyn, and there was a player named Eve and they were playing Lee Sin. And the two casters like, how the fuck do we refer to these guys?
I will never forget Fly. That was always my favorite one. Oh god.
Was that like FLYY?
No, it was just one Y.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What role did he play?
Mid.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm slowly starting to... This was the days when the FlyQuest logo was the fucking eye in the middle.
It was iQuest.
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 Bro, that thing. I wonder what that thing's like. You think that thing has 20/20 vision, or it only has one eye? I guess it's like a cyclops. It's a
It just doesn't
flyclops.
have good depth perception. You know?
Poor depth perception. I still have that low. I still run that icon in games sometimes. The 2017 Fly one.
Like-
The iQuest.
The iQuest, yeah.
Oh my god. God, that is.
On the Mount Rushmore of bad esports logos, that one has definitely got to be up
Oh.
Wait, that'd
You
be
need to
fun.
look at more
That's a fun bit.
LJL
That'd be a fun
logos.
bit.
Yeah.
there. Worst
The
logos.
worst esports logos.
OMG's rebrand this year.
You know what?
That's my candidate.
Okay, hang on. If there's a way to close out the segment or close out the show, because we are
Maybe maybe there's already a tier list for bad esports logos.
okay. Maybe if there is one, cool. If not, I have an idea. It does involve pulling up a Travis Gafford video.
Real quick, can you pull up the Rascal Jester logo?
Yes, I don't see.
I remember this team.
I do remember this logo though.
This was brutal.
Oh god, yeah. This was absolutely heinous.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
These guys have been a team since 2014, and they kept the logo.
You got to go. Okay, go. Honestly, go back to like an OGN where they played the quals. So like season 2.
Season 2.
A season 2 OGN. You'll see some fun ones.
Yeah. Also, Team Black Eye.
None of these are that terrible from 2012 OGN qualifiers. Oh wait, no, this was spring. This is the qualifiers. Oh, it doesn't really show them in high enough resolution to do this. Anyway, let me look for a tier list.
Yeah,
There's
hold on.
there's a YouTube video of someone that made
Yeah.
one, but I don't think it's like available.
Okay. Well, real quick, Manny, just while you're looking things up, I want you to show the logo for Team Black Eye. And then the other one is Axes.
Oh, I've seen this before. This is truly heinous.
Okay. There's one more.
What is
Axes.
that?
AXIZ.
Is it the shark one?
Yeah, it's the narwhal.
Holy fucking shit. This is terrible.
I mean,
It's a narwhal.
yeah. What?
One of my favorite ones was Gamma Bears.
Oh, the Gamma Bears.
I love the Gamma Bears.
The Gamma Bears were
Gamma
my
Bears is
team.
like-
The first Worlds I really watched when I knew the game was like
Yeah.
Gamma Bears, and I got the icon for Worlds, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize that because those were free. They had free icons that year. I think it was
Yeah.
like the only year they did that. And I didn't realize they went away at the end, and I never got to keep my Gamma Bears icon.
No.
And ever since, like when I got my ride internship, and they were like, "Hey, like we can unlock like all these skins or whatever for your account," I was like, "Can you give me the Gamma Bears icon? Like I would trade all of this for the goddamn Gamma Bears icon. I've wanted it for so long. I won internal trivia and I couldn't get it,
Damn.
and I've just been like looking for a way to find this icon for years and years and years
Damn.
because I love the Gamma Bears."
That
was my Discord icon forever.
for continuing the subscription. Currently on a 3-month streak.
Holy
Thanks,
shit.
Brizzy.
Let's go.
First trimester.
It's too lit.
The Gamma Bears had an academy team called the Gash Bears that had a heinous
oh.
logo. Now that I remember,
The Gamma Bears to me.
Look at this.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, Gamma Bears to me just looks like retro sports teams.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's why I like their logo so
I
much.
love this logo,
As
man.
a retro sports
I
team
love
guy.
this logo.
But the Gash Bears, that is bad, man.
So
Lemon Dogs.
Lemon Dogs.
Lemon Dogs
That's a
was lit.
fun team.
Lemon Dogs was lit. That's where Mythy's from, and Nuke Duck. Tabs, Mythy, Nuke Duck, Dexter.
I was always a Tabs fan.
Who was their top laner? It wasn't Wicked.
I always thought Tabs was good. No, it was who was fisting everyone top lane and then quit. He was the best player.
Zoro Zero.
It was
Zoro Zero!
He
I was
disappeared off the
literally
map.
just talking to Razvan the other day about how he always got fisted by Zoro Zero. That guy was actually like built different. He was really fucking good at the game.
All right, Manny. So if you cannot find the tier list, pull up the Travis Gafford video about can you name this esports team?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
I remember this. Shout out to Travis Gafford.
Shout outs to Travis
Industries.
Gafford. Industries.
Do pros know League of Legends abilities?
Esports teams.
Yeah, he the title is slightly different. Let me find it. Oh, guess the team logos.
Yeah, I guess the team logos. These are all NA teams.
How should I go about this? Should I
Wait,
just throw it
they're
up
all-
here?
Yeah, play it muted.
Yeah.
And throw our faces up there if you can.
Yeah, I can do that, I think. Hang on. All right, let's see. Hang on. Who do we have here?
Vulcan.
That is
Yep.
Vulcan.
That's Vulcan.
Vulcan.
It's a point for everybody. That's definitely Vulcan.
Ban Cloud, Smithy, Zuna,
Psycho Sid, Bloodwater.
Bloodwater.
Yeah, we were just
I
talking
forgot
about
top one.
Psycho Sid, baby.
Yeah.
Psycho
Psycho
Sid
Sid.
wasn't that great.
Nah.
But he was cool.
Yeah, a good name.
Yeah.
That might block. Oh wait.
I think they're all in the top left.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Do you want me to just skip through this if we already know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one should be coming here. I always see these and I'm like, these are easy.
Sometimes they're easy.
Coast.
Coast. Yeah.
That one's
Wait, no, that's
Coast.
Coast because they rebranded the Team Coast. They had multiple logos.
Yeah, well, this is the Team Coast logo,
Okay.
but they just cut out the words Team Coast because it says Team Coast
Yeah,
under the
yeah,
Coast
yeah.
logo. So it's Coast.
Dude, the Coast.
That's
Yeah,
easy.
Echo
Echo
the
Fox.
Coast playoffs run was so lit because like they were playing mid Blitzcrank and then sending Karthus like to
Golden
sack
Guardians.
and it was so lit.
Oh,
like
shit.
that was a really fun season 3 spring.
So,
It was
are
actually
you
really fun.
pro Golden Guardians' rebranded logo or this old logo? Because I
Yeah,
like.
I kind of like the old
I like
logo.
this logo a lot
I think
better.
I think
than
this
their
logo is
current
like
logo.
actually really cool.
I don't like the random W.
Because it's
It looks like Wario.
That's true, but
Yeah.
I get why they did it for
I
the
was-
Warriors.
for the Warriors.
Yeah, Winter,
Winter
Fox.
Fox.
Speaking of Avalon
Yep.
and Helios,
This was a cool logo.
Diamond says, I'm probably the last remaining player that was on Coast.
Oh, shit.
that might be true.
Yeah, because Darshan. Well, I mean, technically Darshan played.
Oh yeah, Dark
Yeah.
Shaman was active last split.
LMQ.
Wait,
How-
it's in the fucking act.
It's in the
there.
yeah. It's just the thing. I mean, I remember watching this. The amount of the players that couldn't that just didn't look at
No
the logo.
way.
A lot of people did not get it, and I'm like, it literally
No.
says.
I mean, a lot of
LMQ.
these guys are imports, though, you know?
Well, I know, but it says LMQ.
Isn't I think Ackerman's still playing as support.
Curse.
Ackerman was the top laner for that team.
You mean for LMQ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I never realized that
Velocity.
Velocity,
Lord.
Maple Street.
We're all
Oh,
giant.
no,
nerds.
that
That's
team.
what
They
we
played the Janna mid to get in. Man, fuck that team. They were terrible. They told they did like the piece on like the mid laner and like his kid, which was like
Oh,
really cool.
yeah.
It was really cool, but I was like, God, why is this like the worst player in the league?
I think that's it.
I was like, everyone was like really like rooting for him after that, but he was like the worst player in the league.
What was his name? File Flame?
Something like that. Yeah, he was bad.
Vile Rose.
He was like 30. He was
Was
the
it-
oldest player in
Was
the
it
league.
Vile Rose?
Oh,
Vile
It
Rose.
was Vile
Vile
Rose,
Rose,
yeah.
yeah.
And he played the Janna mid. So everyone banned Janna
He
from
was
that team.
not great, but
No, he was not good. But that it was a great piece they did on him, and I just like felt terrible. It's like, oh,
That's cool that you're here, man, but you should not be.
their jungle was really good. NK Inc. Oh yeah, he. Fuck. NK Inc. was goated. Curious. All right.
And then we had Maple Street Odd Ones, brother.
Yeah, they did the mini golf piece with them. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a good piece.
All right. Cool. Shall we peace?
I think
Yeah.
that's enough.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Well, do we have any sponsor readouts?
Yeah, for all our sponsors.
Yeah. Thank you to Great Tasting Less Filling Motor Light for fueling us podcast.
Thank you to
Conquer your inner
our
bitch.
landlord's plumber.
Shout out to TGI for the content and also the plushies. Shout out to the plumber on Mark's tab. Shout out to scooters that bruise up our ankles.
Shout out to Games Workshop.
Shout out
to fucking live scooters.
Shout outs to me being a potato.
Shout out to cowbells.
shout
Yeah, shout out to cowbells.
Shout out to Scum and Villainy Cantina. Shout out to I don't remember.
Shout out to Terraforming Mars.
No, we don't need to shout out the places. We just shout out to the cowbells. Kangas got on stage and played cowbell. That really, he's the biggest ham I know.
Shout out to Mark's Leftovers for me to eat.
Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. We're going to be on tech platforms. All hail our
Shout out
overlords
to Chat GPT.
for writing this episode and the sync story.
Hell
That
yeah.
I was actually just an acting class for me to laugh that hard.
Good.
Shout out to Jet GPT, my favorite shitpost on
Dude.
Twitter to follow.
Shout out.
I was in the room when he came up with that, and I was like, "This is the funniest shit. You should absolutely."
And
do it all the time."
he was continuing that arc for the longest time.
Well, no one acknowledges it, which is my favorite part. Everyone
Shout-
just ignores him.
Everyone thinks it's like legit.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler, aka Himmy Buckets. I hope that sprained ankle gets better. He's my goat.
True.
Yeah, man, I hope your ankle gets better.
Yeah, that too.
Shout outs to Raz who.
Shout out to Raz's Burger.
Who I hope is still not awake at what must be 5 in the
I hope
morning
we-
London time.
Raz's Burger was just hoping to end up peacefully in someone's stomach. Instead, it's being left outside in a dumpster, waiting to find where it travels next.
in the trash.
It just wanted to be turned into some nice poo-poo and have a great life going down the drain and living for free in the ocean. Instead, it's going to a fucking landfill.
And that's it.
And it's going to smell for the rest of eternity.
just like our dishwasher.
Just
Anyway.
like our patio.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you, nerds.